Hello everyone! Today this video is going to be about why he won't answer my texts or why a guy won't text you back. So I am going to give you a few reasons why a guy would not be responding to your Snapchats, your Facebook messages, or your texts. Okay, disclaimer, I am not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you the truth and what you need to hear. I truly want to help you, and for that, it has to begin on a foundation of truth. So there are a few exceptions for why a guy wouldn't text you that would actually be legitimate, but I'm sure right now you're very in doubt about what's going on between you two, about how he might actually feel about you. You're probably not feeling very certain about yourself or very confident. I completely understand where you're coming from. This has definitely happened to me a lot. A few exceptions to a legitimate reason why someone wouldn't text you, and I actually want to clarify that this is going to be within a 24-hour period. So if a guy hasn't texted you for maybe 2 or 3 hours, I would really not get too worked up over that. He just might be legitimately busy working or with friends. If this is a great guy and a high value guy, he's gonna have a life and things going on. He's not always gonna be on his phone. He's gonna have his focus directed towards other things, which is completely understandable. But if it's within a 24-hour period, there's a few exceptions for why this behavior is, acceptable. One is that he's out of service. Okay, so maybe he has some kind of a job, an oil field job, or some job that takes him to an area that literally has no cell phone service. So he legitimately cannot get a hold of you because he does not have service. So that is a legitimate exception. Another exception would be something really bad happened to him. Maybe he got into an accident, or he lost his phone, or he for some reason could not charge his phone. Those are legitimate reasons. Okay, so now that we have that out of the way, if you've ruled all of those reasons out and he's within service, you know that he's always in an area where he has access to service. The reason why a guy wouldn't text you back in a 24-hour period is because you are not a priority to him. And I know that you might not necessarily want to hear this, but it is just the truth. You are not his first priority because within a 24-hour period, he has definitely checked his phone. He has definitely seen that you either snapped him or texted him. And he's either, this is a theory, he either has something better on the go, for lack of a better term. Maybe he's interested in somebody else or talking to someone else. This is a heavy blow. It sucks to hear that. In a way, you're being disrespected, okay? Because he's purposely ignoring you and not even just having the respect to even just send you a quick response. It's a big blow on your confidence. And like I said, I know how this feels. It's not a for sure thing that he has something else on the go. Maybe if he is, for instance, a workaholic, he is just hardcore, works 80-hour weeks or some crazy lifestyle like that. Well, maybe it's not necessarily another person. It's still the fact that you are not the first priority and work is his first priority, okay? And so you need to come to terms with the fact that you are not going to be first in his life, and that you are pretty much going to be a second or third option next to either someone else or something else in his life, okay? And so you need to either accept that and kind of try to still move forward with the relationship, which I really don't recommend, because if you don't feel like you're important to somebody, it's really difficult to build a strong relationship on that kind of a foundation. So I don't recommend that you still try to move forward with it after you realize that you're not a first priority in his life. But definitely what you should not do is get worked up, okay, about the whole situation and completely lose control of yourself emotionally and blow his phone up and say, maybe crazy things that you might regret. You do not want to behave in that way. First of all, it's not going to accomplish anything. He probably, if anything, it'll push him away and spook him, make him not want to communicate with you even more. And also, you're not going to feel any better about it because you might go back and read what you've written and just think, oh my goodness, what was I thinking? Why did I say that? I looked like an idiot, right? You might have thoughts like that. First of all, stay calm, stay cool about it. Eventually, he will get back to you. It might take a while after he didn't text you for however many days or however many hours it's been. And so of course you have to ask him, what's going on? Why didn't you text me back? Why did you ignore me? You know, and don't like demand answers. Just ask in a very respectable way. Why did you not respond to me? Then you gotta decide if this dude is full of shit or not. Basically, that's what you gotta do, okay? And I hate to say it, but 90% of the time, he's full of crap. It's some BS excuse. Like, you know, my phone died, I'm sorry. But I was like, really? Did your phone die for 24 hours? Right? Or, oh, you know, I got busy with my friends. But it's like, when you hang out with your friends, you still go on your phone once in a while. So like, all these excuses, you can tell if an excuse is BS or not, basically. And so I would say a good 90% of the time, it's just BS. It's just a BS excuse so that you don't get mad at him and blow up. I would, if I were in your shoes, I would point blank ask this guy, are you actually interested in me? Am I a priority to you? Because your actions indicate to me that I am not. The fact that you basically ignored me, okay? And you did not make an effort to communicate with me on a timely basis. Something along those lines. It doesn't have to be that professional sounding. Something like that though. And see how his response is. If it's, no, you are important to me, I'm really sorry, you know, that kind of a response, okay, give him another chance. If you really, really like this guy and you really think that you guys would be great together and, you know, maybe you do see a future with him and maybe he just hasn't warmed up to you yet, I would give him another chance. But if he does it again, that's it. That is it. No more chances. You're just going to keep getting the same behavior over and over and over again. It's just, to me, it's really disrespectful, okay, to ignore someone, leave them on red, and basically tell them that you just don't care to respond to them. It's just, to me, it's a very obvious way to disrespect somebody, and it's a very obvious way to tell someone with your actions that you actually don't really care too much about them. So if he continues to do this, I feel like you're better than that, and you can find someone that's not going to treat you that way and not going to ignore you. You don't want to go through a cycle of putting yourself out there, trying to communicate, trying to build some kind of a bond, and him just completely having no interest in it. It's basically one-sided at that point, and you're basically at that point beating a dead horse. You're not going to get anywhere with it, and it just doesn't make any sense for you to try to continue pursuing that. You are so much better than being treated like that. Do not allow yourself to be treated like that, because it will actually affect your confidence on the long term and how you see yourself and your self-esteem and your self-image. And it's just really bad and really toxic for you to allow yourself to be treated that way. And the more you do it, the less you're going to feel good about yourself and the less chance you have of attracting someone that's actually going to treat you with respect. You absolutely have to have the strength to walk away from a situation where you are not respecting yourself. Because at the end of the day, yes, this guy might be disrespecting yourself, but at the end of the day, you are allowing that to happen. So in a way, you are also disrespecting yourself by allowing this person to treat you this way, right? So you have to put yourself in a more empowering situation. Please know that just because some guy out there ignored you or didn't have an interest does not mean that there is something wrong with you, or there's, you know, like that you're never going to find someone that's going to treat you right. That is totally not the case. Please take it from me. I have definitely been treated that way, and just because it's happened for you now, it's normal. You know, this happens to so many people out there. Do not feel alone in this. Just cut your losses and move forward and take this as a learning step, and feel good about yourself if you end up walking away. Feel good about yourself that you respected yourself and you had clear boundaries and you met them and respected them, and that you have the self-worth to act in your own best interest and to truly love yourself. Be proud of yourself for doing that. Okay, even if it might suck to actually let this guy go, realize what it really means for yourself. I hope that this helped somebody out there. If any of you have any specific questions, please leave them in the comments below. Maybe your circumstance is a little bit different, so leave your comment below if you feel like my video did not address your question. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!